A mindful mama and a hot mess walk into midlife,
One of us meditates.
and the other curses under her breath.
Welcome to Namaste and No Way.
Hi, friends. I'm Megan. I'm the one who loves breathwork, journaling, and genuinely believes in conscious parenting.
And I'm Melissa. I yell and curse a lot. I love my child, but some days I'm just trying not to lose my mind or my phone.
We started this podcast because we both have young kids in our 40s.
And no one told us we'd be so damn tired for the rest of our lives.
We're here to talk about motherhood, marriage, midlife, and all the things that fall apart when we're trying to hold it all together.
Like your style or your will to cook dinner.
We wanted to create a space where women could feel seen, whether you're a gentle parent, a yeller, a tired mom, or just someone who's still trying to figure it all out.
We're not experts. We're real moms who are going to be really, really honest. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And we'll talk about everything from late in life parenting to therapy, marriage, hormones, friendships, random thoughts we have.
To hiding in your car just to get 5 minutes of peace. Been there, still there.
So our stories. So I had my first daughter at 32, and then I had my second at 35. And I remember the first time the doctor referred to my pregnancy as geriatric. And I was totally horrified and thought, I'm not even that old. And there has to be a better name for that.
Definitely. I had my daughter at 42. I wanted 2 more, but then COVID happened. And being married to a woman, getting a non-essential appointment was nearly impossible. So I guess God decided I was done. Looking back now, I'm sure it was for the best because I cannot imagine having anyone else to take care of with my super sassy, I am the boss daughter.
It's true. And then Melissa and I met when our daughters were in preschool. It was COVID. So you just dropped off and went. So we didn't really talk the first couple times. And I was also very intimidated by Melissa.
Why were you intimidated by me? That's insane.
You just have a vibe.
What is the vibe? I feel like I'm very approachable.
Not friendly.
Really? I feel like I'm so friendly.
I know. No, you are super friendly. I think it's just
I'm just really guarded, I think. I don't know.
Guarded. You also seemed very put together, and I am a giant mess
I
and
can't
always
even
have stains on my
thought
clothes.
that. I literally was oh my God, all these moms, they're dropping off. They're going to yoga. They're doing all the things. And I'm literally here I am. I'm probably the oldest one here. I probably look the youngest, but I am the oldest.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And
how
I
old
was
you were.
just so awkward. I just felt like I was super awkward. And then the conversations you have at drop off are the weirdest conversations.
Oh, they're the worst. You're
it's so
what
weird.
do I say?
I'm
And
why is this? Why
it's
are
so
we
fake
talking
and,
about this?
I
It's
know.
so weird.
Yeah. I think your awkward comes across as standoffish, and my awkward comes off as oh God, that girl's awkward. So
yeah, definitely. I don't know. After we met a couple times, I was it was you and one other mom that I connected with. And I was okay, I'm going to hang with them. And then our daughters took dance together after school. And sometimes I would pick up and you'd be there and you would always be working.
I was always working.
Always working on your computer. I'm I don't know what she does, but it's pretty important. She's on her computer all day.
I just underestimated how far away I lived from the school and how long it took me to drive home.
Really?
So I would often work in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
Well, they only went to school for a couple hours.
I know, it's terrible.
In the morning, in the first year.
3 hours. 3 hours.
So by the time
I
I
got
lived
home-
25 minutes away.
Same.
Yeah, because you guys live even further. Yeah.
5 minutes from you. Yeah.
Yeah. So we underestimated that for sure.
It was terrible.
And then the girls just became instant BFFs.
Instant BFFs.
Yeah.
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 And
then,
they're kind of they look alike too, which is sort of weird.
They do. They kind of look alike. They have very similar
Personalities.
very big
And they
personalities.
egg each other on.
Yes.
Get in trouble.
They did get in a lot of trouble together.
Yes. They were
mainly,
terrible.
Mainly in dance.
Terrible together sometimes. But they're still good friends, which is good.
Yes. Yeah. Vex will always refer to Arabella as her very first friend.
Yep.
And she will never, ever let it go.
Arabella too. And she says it's her best friend. Her best friend is Beckett.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
I know.
Fast forward a couple of how many years ago was that? They were 4?
Well, I think they
Preschool?
were 3.
3.
They were 3.
Yep. 3.
Yeah, at first. And now they're 7.
So 7.
So
4 years. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so many
Flown by.
changes.
So many changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're still crazy.
Yeah. In some ways, they've gotten more intense. Yeah. Yeah. But they're
My
really
daughter
fun.
definitely has gotten more intense.
So-
Yeah, it is hard. But I feel like
Yeah.
you have to have a strong daughter in order to grow up in this world. You have to. And
Yes.
you can't like stifle them or anything because everyone's going to stifle them.
I know. And I always try to think of like how so many of their qualities will be amazing as adults. It's just super challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like try to like do things to have the capacity to be the mom that they need.
Yeah. Without being
Yeah.
exhausted
Yeah.
and like waiting
Yeah.
patiently for bedtime.
Some days that's just inevitable.
Yeah, it is. I still go back to like when you told me like, because my daughter has a lot of homework.
Oh,
And you're like, we don't do homework. I'm like, you don't have homework? And you're like, no, we just don't do it. I'm like, is that okay? And you're like, well, it has to be because we don't do it. I just was like,
that's a no way for me. Well,
Yeah.
it's not, we do some homework, but the idea of like sitting down for like an hour after school to do homework,
yeah, we do that.
I know. Like I'm a no way.
We have the word list that comes home. It's
You
10
have
words.
a lot of homework.
Yep,
Yeah.
10 words. Although now it's done. We've
Oh, that's
now
exciting.
no more homework for the rest of the year. They're
Yeah.
winding down, is what they called it. I'm like, why couldn't we wind down like the whole year? It's crazy. Like literally, they have 10 words, and then the first day on Monday, we don't do it every day. We do it in 2 days because like those are the days that mommy's home, and
Yeah.
like it's just those are the days it's gonna happen. And we practice the words every other day. So the first day, you're supposed to write the words 3 times each.
It's a lot.
And then the second day, you're supposed to write the words in rainbow colors. And the third day, you're supposed to use them in a sentence. And she is supposed to come up with a sentence. And she can't even spell all the words she's using in a sentence half the time.
Well, I feel like building a sentence is,
She does the sentence. She can make
Yeah.
the sentence, but she just doesn't know how to spell like other words in the sentence.
right.
So like
Yeah.
that she is supposed to sound them out. And I get it. She's pretty good. You know, you can understand what the sentence says, but
Yeah.
I'm like, how is this?
Some sort
You've
of
already been in school for
research
6
behind it.
hours.
That's the part where I'm like,
And then you want me
no.
to do homework with her
Yeah.
for at least an hour, but we're doing like hour or 2 hours because it's in 2 days. It's kind of a lot.
It's too much.
Yeah.
We'll do like, I know, I get the reading part, like practicing the reading.
Yes, we read every night.
And
We read
should
stories
be-
like before bed. So she reads me one because she likes to read me one, and then I read her 2.
Yeah. I think the reading makes sense. Bex loves math, so we're like always doing math
Yeah,
things.
Arabella
so
too.
maybe it's like, yeah, that I try to do it. It's just the idea of sitting down.
It's a
after
lot of
school.
work.
Like, I don't think it's beneficial to
Yeah.
kids because there's so many other things they could be doing. Obviously, if they're like watching a show instead, like, which she sometimes does. It's not.
In Europe, they don't even
That's not
do
better.
like reading or anything until like 7 and above.
In
And
most-
in Montessori
yeah.
schools here, they don't have homework until like 8th grade.
I don't think, yeah, most research, I think, says that homework is not really
A thing.
beneficial.
Yeah.
And like we're so achievement focused, but doing these things when they're little does not lead to better outcomes.
Right.
There's so many more studies like coming out. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm still in no way to lots of homework.
Yeah.
My older one just does her homework. So I'm not like, don't
She's
do it.
so good. She's such a
Yeah.
good kid, student. I feel like she's so easy comparatively.
Well, I think like a lot of the challenges that other kids are having are just like pointing us to that like the way schools are designed just isn't serving most kids
Right.
anymore.
Right.
And I get that it's super complicated and
And
teachers are doing
How do you
an
have a
amazing
full-time
but
job and pick up your kid in the middle of the day?
It's very difficult.
No, but like, no, for real though. I mean, I get, so my mom stayed home with us until we
Yeah.
were in like high school or no, like probably middle school. So like we were able to go and like, you know, let ourselves into the house. We had a key, whatever. I mean, like my mom wasn't home. That's okay. But like nowadays, nobody can afford to stay home and with their kid. I mean,
It's rare.
it's like
or-
daycare is like so expensive for people.
It
And
is.
like my cousin and her husband both work. Like my little cousin Connor, he literally goes to after school program after school, and he goes to the before program in the morning. It's a long
You
day.
have to.
But
Yeah.
like there's no way for them to like leave work. They have like corporate jobs. There's no way for them to leave work and go pick up their kid.
I think too, yeah. It's so many places are like making you go back to the office now too.
Yes.
Which I think is interesting because I don't know how.
My wife's company used to be like fine to stay at home after COVID happened. And then now it's like she had 1 day and now they want them in the office 3 days. I was like, you're not doing that.
No, it's such a disadvantage for like parents
Yeah.
too. And And even though, like, I always think too, like, even if you're like taking care of like an elder or
Yes.
like there's so many parents that like we're kind of in the, I feel like because we had kids older too, we're in this like weird space that our parents did not experience where we're taking care of our parents
Right.
and we're taking care of
I mean, I'm
the
not
kids.
taking care of my parents yet, but
No, but like people are
yes.
like
Yes.
people that
Yes.
had kids
Absolutely.
later in life, like that's definitely something. And if you're trying to take care of like all the people, how do you do that and work full time
and pick up your kid at noon
and pick up your kid on
or
a half
2
day and then
or 3.
summers? Like why?
Or go to field day or volunteer. Be a mystery reader. Anyone want to do that? Like, oh yeah, let me just fit that in.
I went in and read yesterday.
Yeah, Kim went in last week and read, but she had to do like virtuous training because Catholic school, and I didn't take it, and it was like 2 hours in a church like basement.
You have to do the training before you read?
Have to do it before you volunteer or do anything.
Oh,
and I did not do it because it
Corey.
was on days that I was working, and I just couldn't fit it in.
Next year,
I definitely will fit it in because I couldn't even go to teddy bear picnic. Just so.
Oh man.
Yeah, couldn't even do that.
Do you have to do it every year or it's
every
a one and done?
Year.
Oh.
Kim said it's so outdated too. So they need to really figure out that.
They need to modernize it.
They need to modernize it.
Or does it actually reflect their values?
I mean, I don't think so. That school is honestly, we had such great luck with them, and like they're so great. Like all of their teachers are great. They teach kindness. Like I don't know what public school you can go to that would teach your kid to be kind and like a good friend.
Ours actually does.
Oh, that's great.
We have an amazing public school too. Yeah, it's like they talk about kindness all the time. But I was surprised by how much they talk about
that is
emotional
really good.
Intelligence and kindness because I don't know if all schools.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not when we were younger. But I think some schools are trying. Like there are different like curriculum models now that really introduce.
I think it's important
that. And actually live the values. Because I feel like it's like when you go even to like work for a company and it's like they talk about values and you're like, no one's doing that.
Yeah, no one's doing any of the
So you need the school
values
to actually be like living it too. So I think, we're both lucky in that way.
That is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we already signed her up for next year. She's going to be going there for the foreseeable future, which is good.
That's amazing.
Yep.
But she loves it.
Loves it.
I know. And I'm like, I might homeschool.
Oh my God. I don't know how you're going to do that. But I did like the idea that you told me that homeschooling is like 2 hours a day as opposed to like 6.
You only have
I was like, you can go on vacation and literally teach your kid in the morning, go to the beach in the afternoon. Why not?
There's so many different models. And I really like the idea back. My little one is like very like project-based learning. Like she could get lost in a project for hours and hours and hours. And just I don't feel like her sitting at a desk is like serving her. I don't feel that way about all kids.
Yeah.
And we've had an amazing experience.
My daughter can't actually sit at the desk.
Everyone's great.
The teacher says it all the time. She always gets an apple. Her teacher gives apples like when they do
you said
not so great behavior.
I know. I don't love that. But
I mean, I do think it does work. Nobody wants an apple on their desk if it's a bad one, right? But
I think it's focusing on the behavior and not like the reason behind the behavior.
Well, no. So her teacher's so good about that though, because she's allowing Arabella to have like a little wiggle seat where it's not really like, she needs like an IDP or something, which we're working on, but it's so long to get into for an assessment. It's like insane.
Oh yeah, it is.
I mean, she doesn't have like trouble like completing her tasks or anything like that, but she does have problems like being quiet or like not yelling out when she wants to answer something, or, like trying to sit in that seat for hours is probably really hard, because it was definitely hard for me.
I think it's tricky too, because I totally understand there's no way that a classroom could run with 30 kids that are like wandering all around. And I don't think kids are meant to sit for 8 hours. Like adults aren't. I can't even sit like anymore. I just am constantly moving and getting up. And I was a kid that just did exactly what I was told.
Oh no, I did not.
All those years.
I walked around the class. Yep, I did. I got in trouble all the time for speaking and talking to people. Melissa needs to learn how to be quiet in class. Melissa needs to do this. Melissa needs to do that. Like literally my mom's like, you get straight A's, but like, why can't you be quiet? I'm like, because I just can't.
Most people aren't built for that. And the reason I could do it is because I overrode my needs for decades.
Oh, right.
Which did not lead to a very successful later in
life. We're working on the boundaries and needs now, right?
We're working on boundaries
and
needs.
You and Kim both.
I didn't even know what my needs were. If you were like, I'm like, oh, I don't have needs.
That's my wife.
For like
she has no idea. She's like, she had to literally, like, she's in therapy, like everyone should be, right? Yeah. And she's like, literally, like, I don't even know what I needed. I had to like literally look deep inside, like, what am I actually upset about? What do I want? What do I need? Like,
it's like
you're hard to vocalize for some people. For me, it's not really that hard. Like, I know what I need, I know what I want, and I'm gonna tell you. Like,
right, because you didn't override it as a kid.
no, never.
Yeah.
But that also caused some problems, you
No,
know?
I'm not saying, but here's the problem. Kim and I were rewarded for it, right?
Yes.
We were rewarded for being able to totally push our needs aside, totally lose our way.
Yes,
Society
true.
rewards people
Yeah,
who can
like
do
you were
that.
the good girl.
We were the
right?
good girls. We were the ones who we were super successful in
And
life.
I was crazy.
We followed all the rules. We built everything
Yeah.
we were supposed to build. And then you get to this point where you're like, this is not how this is supposed
Right.
to feel.
Yes. And like for me, it was like I was known as the crazy girl, the wild one, the one who's
Yeah.
out of control. Like that was my label forever. And like literally when I would like date people, I'd be like, oh, just so you know, I'm crazy. So like, and they'd be like, I love crazy. I'm like, no, I'm really crazy. Like I've been crazy my whole life. Like I'm going to be a lot. And they'd be like, oh, that's all right. I'm all in. And I'm like, I don't think you knew what you're getting into, but you know, like that's what I thought of myself, which also was not a great opinion of myself, you know, like, cause like it wasn't always like a great thing to be crazy or wild or whatever, you know? So like it
Totally.
didn't probably build my own self-esteem or my character inside. Like I was authentically myself, but it didn't always land well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you almost like were explaining it to other people.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, just so you know, like you probably won't like me. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Yeah.
I think I told you what I told my daughter. She has this little girl in school that is a little bit like mean to her a little bit. She'll be like, I just don't like you. That's what she'll say to Arabella. And I go, you know what you need to tell her? Be like, I'm not for everyone. That's what you
so
need to tell her.
true.
Like, you're not
Yeah.
going to be everyone's cup of tea. You're not going to be for everyone. And that's okay. Like,
and that was I didn't know that was true until I was like 35.
yeah.
I tell my daughters, I'm like, oh, not everyone's going to like you. And then I'm like, mainly I'm telling myself.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
you're not going to be for everyone and not everyone's going to like you. There's going to be people who have
Totally.
a visceral reaction to you. And you know what?
Totally.
Oh, well,
Especially if you're being authentic. I think the more real you're being,
it scares people.
yeah. Well, and I think it also shines a light on when they're not being authentic, right? For some people, I think when you're really, really authentic and someone is not being authentic, it like makes them feel uncomfortable inside. They may not be super aware of it. I know that's what it was for me.
That's a good,
Right?
I never thought of it that way.
I don't know. Yeah. And I always do wonder though, like with the girls, like if they don't believe those things, right? If they're not told that being wild and free
yeah.
and is too much, or like you're supposed, like how different
They
would grow up to be.
And I hope they do, because I tell my daughter, like, as you know, annoying as she can be sometimes, because she knows she's annoying. But like, I'm
Everyone's
like,
annoying.
I love you no matter what. And it's okay to be annoying. Like, it's okay. So you're going to annoy a lot of people, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you do need to tone it down when we're in a restaurant and you're trying to climb over the booth and stuff. But, you know, to say hi to people, she's very friendly. But, you know,
she was like, give me your phone number.
yeah.
The
Oh my
table
God.
next to us.
But they were like, okay.
They were so
like, they were
entertained.
so into it. They
Yeah.
loved her. But like,
Know your
for
audience.
me, I'm like crawling out of my skin because she's asking some stranger for their phone number. Mom, get her phone number. I
Where's
want to have a play date.
stranger
I'm
danger
like, oh my
conversation?
God. But I feel like that is her personality. And like, people love that personality. They do.
And it's hers. It's
It is
true.
hers.
So I think it's so hard to like teach them.
And even
that,
though I'm
yeah.
cringing inside, like they're loving her. So I'm like, I don't know why I'm trying to stifle it all the time. Like I'm working on that.
Well, I think I always think too, we're cringing when it's something that was shut down on us.
Yeah, it was probably like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like,
yeah.
my mom was like, you better be here. You were sitting in that seat before you knew. I'll give you something to cry about. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how it was.
Right.
That's like literally what we went through.
Totally. And I think even noticing that we're cringing and like the consciousness
Yeah.
of that and like being willing to look at it is going to be helpful.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. Like parenting.
It really is.
And I feel like
so much
also
more
because
than
we're
I thought.
older, we're tired. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like
I'm
I'm
tired.
super tired all the time, and I'm like exhausted and mentally exhausted. And like, we're not parenting the same way as our parents did. Like, literally, like if you did something wrong, you either get sent to your room or you get a spanking. You know what I mean? And like, we
So
don't do
different
that
now.
anymore. And it's like, I guess it's more difficult to parent the way we were parenting because it takes more time. But I do think it's more beneficial because they're learning skills instead of like being told like, no, and this is the end of the conversation and you're sent to your room. You know?
Totally. They're learning skills. We're learning skills too. And I think, but it is so much more work and we don't have a lot of support or resources.
Right.
I know so many people I talk to are like, we're trying to like build our own little village or like, I live near my parents and my in-laws. So they're like amazingly helpful. And I can't imagine
Thank God for Lisa.
having done that. And you have an
My
amazing baby.
nanny. Oh
your
my God.
nanny.
She's like my family.
Yeah.
Like literally.
So you have to create
she's amazing.
your own. And that's so hard for so many people too. We have never successfully had a babysitter.
Oh my God. Lisa's the
not
best.
related to us.
She's like part of our family.
Yeah.
Literally. She is. And her mom, Grammy Val. I love Grammy Val. She's the best. Like literally, they are like the sweetest, most kind. And I want those kind of people around my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, and my daughter has the most wonderful relationship with her. And I mean, my parents, my mom and dad live in Florida, you know, and they're both divorced, but they both live in Florida. So weird. And they're married to other people for many, many years. And, you know, when they're up here, they're super helpful.
Super engaged.
But it's like they live so far away, you know?
Yeah. You had to create your own support system. Yeah.
It's not easy.
No. It's so not. Yeah. Are planning to do a segment at the end called Namaste or No Way. You ready?
I'm ready.
So each episode will end with this little game. I'll present something mindful or trendy, and Melissa tells me if it's a yes or a hell no.
All right, let's do this. What's first?
Sound baths.
Oh, that's a hell no. I have a sound bath every night, and it's called my kid screaming because I cut her sandwich wrong. For real. Literally.
I know that one. Kundalini yoga.
I don't even know what that is. Like yoga, yes. I don't know what the other one is. Sounds like something dirty.
So it's a type of yoga that uses like different postures and mantras.
So it is sort of like tantric.
I mean, there's, yes.
Yeah. That's why it has that name.
Okay, so that's a maybe. Spending time in nature.
So what kind of nature? Like the ocean, or like, are we talking like the woods? Because you know how I feel about the woods.
Let's talk about both of those.
You know how I feel about the woods. I cannot stand the woods. I don't want to go in the woods. Like there's no one in the woods that is probably doing good things. Like, I don't know. The woods are just not for me. And it's very buggy and snaky.
And I love the woods more than anything in the world.
I know. Isn't your
my first business was called Into the Woods.
Yeah. When I remember when you told me that, and I like verbatim. Do you remember what I said?
I don't remember exactly. Do you remember?
Yeah. I was like, why would anyone want to go in the woods? Why would you call it that?
That is what you said.
Do you remember? I was like, no, like, don't call it that. I was like, it will not be successful.
Yeah. Well, you were right, but no. But I like, if I like step into the woods, I feel like this intense inner peace. I would live in the woods.
So my daughter
Everything
and my
about
wife, they walk in the woods every weekend. Like if the
It's the
weather's nice,
best.
they love it. And she's like, oh,
Yeah.
Ma. She's like, even though mommy hates the woods, I like the woods. And I'm just like literally like baiting me. I'm like, I don't hate the woods. I just don't really love it.
My
It's
oldest
not really
is
for
like
me.
you. She's like, my mom's so weird. She loves nature.
I mean, I like nature. I love animals. I love like birds. I like trees and everything. But like there's something about being in the dark woods. Like it's always dark in there. Like, I don't know why. It's sunny as anything,
Sometimes
you know, and then
it's
all of a sudden
right.
you like walk into the woods and it's dark. Like,
There's tree
where did the
cover.
sun go? Like, it just feels very Hansel and Gretel.
Maybe you need to try different woods.
I mean, I've tried a lot of woods. A lot of people want to bring me to the woods. I don't know why. I'm like, I don't really like the woods.
That
It's
makes
not for
it so
me.
creepy.
Wait, I mean, yeah, right. I know, and it does sound creepy. But like literally, I've always had people like, oh, you love to walk? Yeah, let's. And then they're like, oh, meet me at this park. And I'm thinking park. And then it's the woods. I do like the World's End.
Yes. That's not
Semi-woods?
really the woods.
Oh, it's not. Okay. I mean, there's
There's
trees
trees.
there. Yeah.
We'll count it.
Okay. I mean, I like those woods. Those are really nice.
For joining us today. We know your time's valuable and probably you were interrupted a bunch. So we're so grateful to be part of your chaos.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode when we talk about mom guilt and how to tell it to fuck off.
And yeah, we'd love it if you could leave us a review, especially if you loved it. But even if you didn't,
Definitely tell us if you didn't.
yeah,
I love that kind of feedback.
I do not. But we've survived toddler tantrums, so we can totally handle it. Thanks for joining us today. We know your time is valuable and probably interrupted, so we're grateful to be a part of your chaos.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
Leave us a review if you loved it. Or even if you didn't, we can take it. We've survived toddler tantrums.
Barely. Namaste, bitches.